And good evening. Welcome out here to Albany High School as we get set for another season of Friday Night Lights here on Albany TV. 8-man edition again here on Albany TV. It is the Albany Warriors taking on the Dekalb Tigers to start out the 2025 8-man football season. And I'd like to thank all of our sponsors that help bring tonight's broadcast to you at home for free on Facebook. And then again, after the games will be posted on YouTube as well. I'd like to thank our sponsors, BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, locations in Bethany and Albany, Winter Circle Trophies and Awards in North and Albany, the Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, and the Albany Hy-Vee. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, along with United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany, Shelter Insurance agent Sam Phillips in Albany, Johnson Controls in Albany, the Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany, Raymond Smith Body Shop, Sublime Formal Wear on the west side of the square in Albany, East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center, Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany, Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope in Albany, Lone Star Investments on the square in Albany, Shadowfax on 136 in Albany, Brown Plumbing of Albany, Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, the City of Albany, Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and Buchanan County School Districts, and the Printery New Shopper located in Albany. Again, I'm Jared Rolvis, joined along with our color analyst and cameraman again for the season in Brent Williams. Remember, tonight's pregame is brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, community-minded, just like you. And Brent, we welcome you in here to this football season. The Warriors coming off a good 10-1 season last year, lost on the final play of the district championship game to Worth County, and it came down to just a play as how that game ended.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, it was an amazing game, an amazing season. Albany's first undefeated season since moving over to 8-man, won the the conference championship. But this season, obviously a huge story that we're going to get to see here in week one. Not a lot of production returning from that team, really. In the skill position and guys who, were in the stat sheet, it's just Elliott Mercer who's returning from last year's team. Shea Miller on the offensive line, and then Jay Anthony as well on the defense. But other than that, those are really the only guys who got meaningful snaps last season who's returning. So it truly is a clean slate for this Warrior team here in 2025.
Yeah, the Warriors lose 8 seniors to graduation. Keegan Schaefer, Kyle Emerson, Cameron Martin, Chase Klein, Zane Rippey, Trevor Akins, and Seth Miller. And those were some big players on that team. You mentioned a lot of starters from them. You missed probably the most explosive player in 8-man football from the team from last year, and Kyle Emerson, who could do things with his speed that most people noticed again at the state track meet, where he came from behind and caught somebody and won the 200 meter at state. Now running for Northwest Missouri State University. You lose Chase Klein at quarterback. He was a pretty proven 2-year quarterback for the Warriors. This year you're going to bring in a brand-new quarterback, a senior in Jace Palmer. Has had some injury issues in the past. He's going to have to come in. He's going to have some big shoes to fill at quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting. This is the first time since middle of the 2020 season that a Klein won't be at quarterback for the Albany Warriors, so kind of interesting there. And with Palmer, this is his first season at the helm as starting quarterback for the Warriors, but something Coach Fountain's talked about in interviews with other guys. He's been the JV quarterback for the past 2 seasons, so he knows the system. He knows what Albany's trying to do, so that will benefit him. We got to see last week in the Jamboree, there's a few things that he's able to do. We saw him on a really explosive read option play early against Worth County, and we expect Worth County to be one of the best teams in Missouri this season. So the Warriors, their offense may look a little bit different, but they're still going to be looking for those explosive plays that they were so good at last season.
And again, then on the other side of the field, you've got the Dekalb Tigers. They come in off of a 2-9 season last year, had their lone win in the regular season over Osborne Stewartsville, and then had a win in the first round of the district playoffs against Northland Christian. They also lose a lot. I mean, they lose their top 2 production offensive leaders from last year, and Luke Miller and Hayden Black, Kyle Funk and Landon Crockett, who are back this year. They were probably numbers 4 and 5, maybe 3 and 4 on that offense last year. They're going to have some big shoes to fill. and they've got a new quarterback coming in. It's the junior Cooper Wachtel that will be taking over the helm at quarterback for Luke Miller, who graduated last year.
Yeah, this is a Dekalb team. They're one of those teams in the 275 conference, and historically they haven't had a lot of success in football, but especially in the case of Albany, it's a non-conference opponent. It's an opponent you've never played before since coming over from 8-man. So you definitely don't want to overlook an opponent like that despite their lack of success last season and then in years past. So this is a Warrior team, especially because, last season's over. This group of guys right here has proven nothing, so they should be really out here trying to send a message here in week 1.
Yes, and also districts were released earlier this morning. You could find that on Missouri 8-man football page. Devin Albertson does a great job with that. Has all sorts of information for you, sometimes more than everybody needs, but he has plenty of information for you. So let's go through it. District 1 this year, it'll be down south. It'll be Greenfield, Jasper, Liberal, Lockwood, and New Heights Christian. District 2 also will be down south. It'll be Appleton City, Archie, Drexel, Lincoln, Osceola, and Rich Hill. In District 3, it'll be Concordia, Northwest Hughesville, St. Paul Lutheran, Santa Fe, Slater, and Sweet Springs. District 4 will feature Bramer, Norburn Hardin Central, Northland Christian, Oric, and Wellington Napoleon. District 5 will be Bishop LeBlond, Dekalb, St. Joseph Christian, South Holt, and Stewartsville Osborne. District number 6 will have East Atchison, Mound City, Nottoway Valley, North Andrew, Platte Valley, and Rockport. District 7, as I call the GRC district, it'll be Albany, King City, Pattonsburg, Princeton, Stanberry, and Worth County. And then District number 8 will feature Keatsville, Knox County North, Shelby, Paris, and Schuyler County. So, again, those are the districts that were released today. Again, pretty much 5, 6, and 7 are all the 275 GRC West teams. District 7 is strictly GRC West. District 5 has Bishop LeBlond in it, but then it has Dekalb and South Holt and Stewartsville Osborne from the 275, St. Joe Christian from the GRC West. District 6 is pretty much all Highway 275 with East Atchison, Mound City, Nottoway Valley, Platte Valley, and Rockport. And then the GRC West North Andrew also sneaks into that District 6 this year.
Yeah, and it's interesting with that district being solely just GRC West teams. It's going to be really important when we get into conference play because it's not only a conference game, but it's a district game as well.
Yes.
So interesting how that that district always shakes out to be pretty much just GRC West. It's going to make those conference games really important after week 2.
Yeah, and again, for the Warriors, they'll be on the road next week as all of the GRC West will as they continue this kind of co-op with the Highway 275 where the first 2 games of the season are played against each other, and they have just enough teams everybody gets a game. 1 year, you're at home on week 1. Week 2, you're on the road. And then the next year, you start on the road week 1, and then you're at home week 2. For Dekalb, they're again here on the road tonight. Then they're at home against King City next week. And then they'll start conference play with Platte Valley on the road at home versus Nottoway Valley, at home versus South Holt, at home versus Rockport. And then they'll be on the road at Stewartsville Osborne and Mound City, and then home, the final game of the season, against East Atchison. For the Warriors, they're again home tonight here against Dekalb, on the road at Nottoway Valley next week. And then they are at King City week 3, home against St. Joe Christian, then home against Worth County, on the road against North Andrew, home against Princeton, on the road against Stanberry, and then end the season at home against Pattonsburg. And for the Warriors, they're going to find out a lot from week 3 through week 6.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a tough stretch for them. Not to say that it's going to be a rough stretch for them, but we're going to get to see what kind of team they are going through that middle stretch of the season there. Like you were talking about the first two weeks being against Highway 275 conference opponents. Looking ahead to next week in that Nottoway Valley game, they were one of the best teams in the state last year. Not quite sure what to expect. Last year they've lost some production as well. But you really want to, if you can, start out 2-0, get into conference play with some momentum, and then you can really be on your way to another nice season here for the Warriors. Again, last season's over. Got to look to the here and now. Warriors trying to live up to some high expectations again this season.
We'll be back with more of your BTC Bank pregame as we get set for our interview with the head coach of the Warriors, Doug Fountain, when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite school and earn that school extra cash with each swipe. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account, stop by your local BTC Bank branch to get your mascot debit card today. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. BTC Bank, here for good. Member FDIC.
BTC Bank.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back into the BTC Bank pregame. We're here with the head coach of the Warriors, and Doug Fountain. And coach, your team is coming off a 10-1 season last year, a GRC West Conference title, and was one play away from a district championship victory. You lost 6 offensive starters and 6 defensive starters. Talk about the rebuilding of both sides of the ball this year.
You know, that's kind of the nature of high school athletics. We've experienced that before with our football program. I had a real special group that worked hard, built on what groups before them had worked hard at, and we had some payoff last year with a real nice season. We get to wish them the best in what they do now, and now, just like when they took over a couple years ago, we got a new group ready to step up. Upholding the standard in season and out of season. And so you replace people by simply having a program in place where there's an expectation, there's a process, and people have bought into it. And this group we've got is a terrific group. They bought into the process, they bought into the standard, and we're excited to see what they can do with it.
And then I know with a new, young, inexperienced varsity level team, what are some of the hurdles you kind of expect to face here, especially early in the season?
Anytime a kid or a group is on the field for the first time on a Friday night, there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be experiences that are hard to replicate on a practice field, environments that are hard to replicate. And so each time you experience something for the first time, there's a learning curve. The more you experience it, the more acclimated you are to it. And, I expect that in some spots we'll see some of that. But we do have some guys that people don't know about that either we've got a couple that people do know about that contribute at a high level, and then we've got some that have rotated and maybe kind of got people don't know who they are, but I think they will, and we're looking forward to seeing them in an expanded role, and of course some guys that will be brand new to a varsity field, just like people before them. They'll get the reps and they'll keep working in practice and keep experiencing those Friday night experiences and grow from it.
And you kind of talked about some people that people do already know. You bring back leading ball carrier Elliott Mercer, who eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing last year, and also one of your top leading tacklers from last year in Jay Anthony. Kind of talk about what those two juniors and their experience will bring to the team this season.
Experience is a big deal. You know, you can't go out and buy it. You got to earn it and experience it. And so, you know, that's a good starting point for us. Got a couple seniors as well. You know, Shea Miller's a returning All-State player along the line, and Jace Palmer has some rotational experience and will be making his first start at quarterback. But, you know, I think with the limited experience we bring back, they are the types of players and the types of leaders that you can build around, and that's what we've done, and look forward to continuing to grow in that manner.
And then this first game of the season, always the best night for a fan base because everybody's undefeated. Now, what is the most exciting thing about the beginning of a season for a football coach?
But, you know, I guess the longer you do it, you start appreciating different things. You know, Friday nights are always fun. Game time's always fun. I've gotten to where I really appreciate the process and the practice as much as anything. And so we have the pleasure of working with them day in and day out, and they're all there all the time working their tails off. But, you know, you get to see the growth that happens when you commit to a process. And the enjoyable thing for me is to see that growth come to fruition on a game field. And so that's something we enjoy. We enjoy our time together, both on game nights and in practice.
And then tonight you take on a Dekalb team who's had their struggles the past few seasons. What is your message to the players going into week one against a team that returns a few players but not a team that you have faced before?
Well, it'll be a new opponent. You're right, and you've always got to be primarily focused on yourself. You know, what's our capacity, and can we get to play to that capacity tonight? Are we better when we walked off the field than when we walked on the field? And if those are your areas of focus, it doesn't matter if you're playing someone for the first time or someone who you play every year. You know, you're going to feel good about what you do when you come off the field.
And then, Coach, we always end the interview with what are the things you need to do / avoid to come away with the victory tonight?
Well, we need to control the line of scrimmage. That's probably where our most experience is right now. And so we need to control the line of scrimmage. You know, we need to stay ahead of the chains offensively, be explosive when the opportunities present themselves, and just be a punishing team that uses its strength to its advantages. Defensively, you've got to get lined up correctly, understand what the checks are, and play with great leverage and intensity and effort. You know, if they do find a crease, get it on the ground and make them snap it again. You also want to be positive in the turnover margin when the night's over, and not give any extra possession. So if we do those things on the offensive and defensive side, we'll feel good. And special teams, we want to make sure we possess the ball at the end of each return unit, and we need to make sure we give ourselves a great field position when we're kicking or punting. So those are our goals in all three phases, and if we do those things, we'll like where we end up.
All right. Well, thank you again, Coach, for joining us, a part of our BTC Bank pregame. We'll be back with the Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agents and Phillips in Albany for a free personal protection review.
If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com. Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope LLC in Albany, Missouri provides compassionate counseling and therapy to help you navigate life's challenges. Kathy Sneed specializes in trauma and PTSD, child and behavioral issues. Call Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope at 660-285-4844. That's 660-285-4844. Acres of Hope LLC, because every journey deserves hope. Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Home Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Home Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Home Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Home Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust. And welcome back out again here to Albany as we get set here for the first night and opening night of 8-man football in the state of Missouri here in Albany as the Warriors take on the Dekalb Tigers here week number 1. We'll get set for the national anthem. We'll turn it over to public address announcer Derek Brown here with the announcement.
For this Sun Conference matchup between the visiting Dekalb Tigers and your Albany Warriors. At this time, please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag to the south end of the bleachers for the playing of our national anthem by the Warrior Pride Marching Band.
Let's go, Warriors!
And now it's time for tonight's Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. Before you start your next project, stop in and talk to the experts at Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri.
On the line, number 24, Reed Reagan. On the line, number 34, Cale Cassidy. On the line, number 54, Aiden Bramble. At end, number 1, Landon Crockett. At end, number 10, Caden Myers. At running back, number 2, Blake Norton. At running back, number 4, Kyle Funk. And at quarterback, number 11, Cooper Wachtel. The Tigers are coached by Caleb Wardlow, assisted by Jonathan Will and Hadley Roberts. And now the starting offense for your Albany Warriors on the line, number 44. On the line, number 52, Cutter Peterson. 6'2", Jr. On the line, number 56, Shane At wide receiver number 2, Jared Owens. 5'9", 140-pound junior. At running back number 10, Elliot Mercer. 5'11", 190-pound junior. At running back number 18, Carter Danner. 5'9", 130-pound sophomore. And at quarterback number 7, Jace Palmer. 6'160-pound senior. The Warriors are coached by Matt Crowder, assisted by Wayne Hamilton, Jake Nichols, and Seth Klein.
So again, those are your offensive starters for both teams. Let's go ahead and take a look at the defensive starters here for the visiting Dekalb Tigers. At defensive end will be the senior number 1, Landon Crockett. At defensive back will be the senior number 4, Kyle Funk. Also getting the start at defensive back, the junior number 10, Caden Myers. Also getting the start, junior number 11, Cooper Wachtel. Getting the start on the defensive line, number 30, senior Nate Bowen. Also on the line, getting the start, sophomore number 32, defensive end Tanner Graber. Getting the start at linebacker, number 44, sophomore Cale Cassidy. And rounding out the defensive line, number 56, the freshman Jacob Piles. Take a look at the starting defense tonight for your Albany Warriors. And it will be the junior number 2, Jared Owens. Also getting the start, the junior number 5, Clayton Griffin. Getting the start at linebacker is the senior number 7, Jace Palmer. At defensive line, it's the junior Elliot Mercer. Also at linebacker, the sophomore 18, Carter Danner. Getting the start at linebacker, the junior number 44, Jay Anthony. On the defensive line, the junior number 52, Cutter Peterson. And rounding out the starting defense for the Warriors on the defensive line is the senior Shea Miller. Again, those starting lineups are brought to you by Hogue Lumber Company. Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Hogue Lumber Company. Before you start your next project, stop in and talk to the experts at Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri. They'll have the coin toss here in just a moment. When we're back, we'll have your Smith Prudential Financial kickoff to start the Missouri 8-man football season 2025 here on Albany TV when we come back in just a moment. Brighten any day with the Briar Patch in Albany, Missouri. From fresh flower bouquets and custom arrangements to charming home decor and unique gifts, the Briar Patch is something special for every occasion. Whether it's birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, or just because, the Briar Patch's friendly team makes it easy to find the perfect way to show you care. Stop by the Briar Patch in Albany, your hometown flower and gift shop, where small town charm blooms every day. East Fork Lodge in Albany, Missouri is pleased to announce the opening of its new rec center. It has 2 spacious suites, each equipped with 2 queen beds, a pull-out sofa, kitchenette, microwave fridge, and dining area. Guests have access to half-court basketball, pickleball, workout facilities, and a game room offering billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, and shuffleboard. For details on the rec center, lodging, or the Legacy Event Center wedding venue, contact bookings at eastforklodge.com or visit our website at www.eastforklodge.com. Looking to grow your future close to home? At Lone Star Investments in Albany, Missouri, Tanya is there to help you build lasting financial security. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, or just getting started, Tanya offers personalized guidance every step of the way. Stop by Lone Star Investments today, where your goals are their priority. Because investing isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Lone Star Investments, Albany, Missouri. Secure your tomorrow starting today.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance. Someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy.
To get started, contact Nick Smith, a financial advisor with Prudential, at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. The Warriors win the opening coin toss, they will elect to receive first, and they will move from left to right here on your screen as Dekalb will kick off from the south to the north.
Well, I like the decision by the Warriors. It's week one. Let's get that offense out on the field, see how they're feeling, and if they're able to mount together a drive and put some points on the board, that could really set the tone for this week one matchup.
Not certain, but I believe it's Jared Owens that is back deep. I take that back. It's Clayton Griffin that is back deep to receive the kick here for the Warriors. Kicking off here for Dekalb is going to be Grayson Moore. Clayton Griffin back at his own goal line. The next closest to him are at his own 20-yard line. And remember, tonight's kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services 660-726-3396. Ball is going to be picked up at the 18-yard line. It's Zayden Palmer, the freshman, that is going to be knocked down just shy of the 35-yard line. There in on the tackle that time for Dekalb was Kyle Funk.
Well, we're getting a first look here at the new Warrior offense here for 2025, and like we alluded to in the pregame, a lot of guys gone, especially skill position guys. It's just Elliott Mercer that's back in the skill position group. That's a lot of production that they're missing out on, so we'll see who they go to early here in this game.
Again, Jay Anthony will snap the football. He'll have Cutter Peterson to his left, Shea Miller to his right. Will Fish is the tight end to the left. Jared Owens wide to the right. Handoff is going to go to the big running back, Elliott Mercer. Already a big run. Runs through the tackler at the Dekalb 30-yard line as he runs through the junior defensive back, Cooper Wachtel.
That's what you're going to get with Elliott, man. He's going to bring the pain. Saw him lower his shoulder into that tackler, and the defender is going to get the credit for the tackle there, but that's one we talked about last week. It's a tackle on the stat sheet, but Elliott Mercer was the one that brought the contact there.
That's a Smith Prudential Financial Services first down. The Warriors keep their drive moving just like Smith Prudential Financial keeps your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial. So one big run there by Elliott Mercer gives the Warriors a first down in their first play. This time it's going to be Carter Danner. He ends up hitting a lineman and losing the football and falling on it at the 29-yard line is the sophomore Cale Cassidy.
Well, that's not exactly what the Warriors wanted after such a big run there to start the game by Elliott Mercer. Just kind of having Danner run into off the back of one of his linemen, just losing the football there. So a big opportunity here for the Tigers to take advantage of an early Warrior mistake. We'll see here what the defense for the Warriors can do. Can they turn around off that quick turnover?
Cooper Wachtel will take the snap underneath center I formation here for Dekalb. And the big defensive lineman, Shea Miller, with a tackle in the backfield. As the handoff went to Kyle Funk, it's a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, looking at the line of scrimmage there, the Warriors definitely have the size advantage in this one, and that was a slow developing handoff there. Dekalb's going to have to quicken that up a little bit here if they're going to have any success running the football.
Looks like doing the snapping here is going to be the sophomore Aiden Bramble. As again, Dekalb will go tight and I formation, which really favors this Warrior defense. Again at the pitch out that Kyle Funk gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's knocked out of bounds. Jay Anthony there in on the stop that time for the Warriors.
Well, they go at the pitch that time. They don't go up the middle, but still the Warriors had that one read all the way. Jay Anthony with a nice read, shot the gap really well, and wraps that run before it can go anywhere.
Actually going to give him a loss of a yard there. Puts this now at a 3rd and 13. Not quite 2 minutes in the ball game. Warriors won the opening kickoff off the coin toss, but then lost it on a fumble off of Carter Danner on the second play. This time it's going to be a reverse. Handoff is going to be to Blake Norton. He's going to be hit in the backfield, a loss of a yard.
I was going to say it's passing down here for Dekalb. That was a little bit of a struggle for the Warriors last week in the Jamboree. They ended up going, technically it's a pass, but it might as well be a handoff there with a kind of a jet sweep type play there on the shovel pass. The Warriors get that one swallowed up again before it can go anywhere, and now we'll see what the Tigers do on 4th down and long.
Yeah, the Warrior defense gets a loss of at least 1 yard on every single play by Dekalb there on that one. Is this one going to be punted here by Nolan Huffman? Gets by the Warrior back Clayton Griffin. He's going to break a couple of tackles. Probably shouldn't have picked it up, but did. Makes it back out to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, it's that was kind of a dangerous play there by Griffin. Picked it up right as soon as 2 Tigers were swarming in on him. That's one of those things where you get somebody who can hit you hard. You might regret that one, and the Warriors looking at another turnover, but able to make a few yards out of it, and the Warrior offense back out on the field, hoping for a much better drive here, second time out.
Yeah, Warriors have had 2 offensive plays. They had the big first down run by Elliott Mercer and then a fumble on the first run by Carter Danner on the season. Again, handoff is going to go to Mercer, finds a small hole, keeps his feet moving and churning as he's finally tripped up just shy of the 30-yard line. Again on the tackle is the senior Kyle Funk.
Well, a great first down gain there by Mercer. Thought for a minute there he was going to be able to explode through the gap, but Dekalb Tiger able to wrap him up around the ankle and just kind of hold on to him until some help arrives.
Dear life.
Yep. Hold on and call for help is kind of going to be the strategy here, it looks like, for Dekalb trying to tackle Mercer.
Wide receiver out to the right is going to be Jared Owens. Carter Danner going to move to the left of his quarterback and Jace Palmer. Palmer going to keep it on a read option. And he's going to be taken down shy the first down yard marker by the senior Landon Crockett. And they're going to call it, say he has enough for a first down. And that is going to be another Smith Prudential first down. Just like the Warriors keep their drive moving, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Cutter Peterson with a nice block on that one. Definitely a pancake block there, and Warriors winning the line of scrimmage early here in this game.
1st and 10, fakes the handoff to Mercer, looking, finds the tight end, Will Fish. He gets across midfield. He plows through a tackler across the 30-yard line of Dekalb. As it was Cooper Wachtel again, that comes up with the stop, but not before the Warriors can get another first down. Brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Something else we talked about last week, that play-action game could be deadly here for the Warriors, and Will Fish could be a guy to really benefit off some play-action passes. They're going to sell out to try and stop Mercer.
Handoff goes to Mercer this time, trying to bounce it to the outside, does. Penalty flag, though, down in the backfield as Mercer steps out of bounds and still trying to knock over defenders. But again, a penalty flag down in the backfield. It's going to be a hold against the Warriors.
Yeah, and they're going to call it, I believe, on Cutter Peterson because
that's
he's
exactly who it was going to be.
You could kind of tell he was upset with himself, kind of smacked himself in the helmet, kind of frustrated there, and it's a frustrating thing. It was a good run by Mercer, and now the Warriors kind of going to have to get those yards back here. Something we talk about all the time. You want to stay on schedule. You want to stay in front of the chains, and a holding penalty on first down really gets you behind the 8 ball.
Put you at 1st and 20 here from the Dekalb 38-yard line. Mercer will be behind his quarterback, Palmer, with Danner to his left. Owens wide out to the left. Will Fish tight to the right. Handoff will go to Mercer. Gets through one tackle and finally wrapped up. But not before he gets across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line there on the stop. That time was the freshman Parker Pierce.
Well, they go to Mercer again there on first down, try and get some of those yards back. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Don't know for sure, obviously, but wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors go back to play action here again on 2nd and 15. They are on the opponent's side of the 40, so it probably is 4-down territory, barring a sack or a bad snap or something.
Faking the handoff to Mercer. Looking, rolling out at Palmer, going to keep it himself, and he's going to be out of bounds right about the 30-yard line, a gain of 3. There on the play, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, they do go play action there, but no one open over the middle of the field. So reason I bring it up, it's 4-down territory. It's going to be 3rd and 12 here for the Warriors, but they probably don't need to get all of it back here on 3rd down. They will go for it. course, they'd like to convert it here, but just in case they don't, it is 4-down territory.
6:35 left here in the first quarter, still scoreless, and the Warriors get Dekalb to jump off sides. And that will be your first, or the penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
Well, now the Warriors again get a little bit of help from the Tigers. Instead of 3rd and 12, now they're facing 3rd and 7, so now much more manageable. Playbook opens up a little bit more. You don't have to take a deep shot here.
3rd and 7 now for the Warriors. Still scoreless here at 6:36 left in the opening quarter. Palmer will hand this one off to Danner. He gets through the line. He's got enough for a first down before he's tackled down at the 15-yard line. They're in on the stop that time for Dekalb was Nate Bowen, and that is going to be another Albany Warriors first down, brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. The Warriors keep their drive moving. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. A 10-yard pickup that time off the carry from Danner. And this time, Elliott Mercer going to be knocked out of bounds just shy of the 10-yard line as he tried to run it out to the right side. As Cale Cassidy is the one that knocked him out of bounds. Going to put him right at the 10-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down brings up a 2nd and 5.
Mercer off the field now. Gavin Pickering comes on for him. So the two backs out there, Gavin Pickering and Carter Danner.
Elliott Mercer looks like he has something with his helmet. He will be back in shortly. Also gives him a chance for a quick breather here. Danner to the left of his quarterback. Palmer fakes the handoff. Read option. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the first down yard marker, down at the 7. And I believe we are going to have an official timeout for water. And we will be back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. Whether you're hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert, though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany. No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you. And welcome back out again here to Albany. Right at 6 minutes left here in the opening quarter, still scoreless. Warriors, though, threatening on a 3rd and about a 1.5 from about their 6.5-yard line, or from the Dekalb 6.5-yard line. Hand off to Mercer. Bounces through, gets into the end zone. That's a Warrior touchdown. Remember, you could score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn-Siddons.
Well, it's a lot of Elliott Mercer on that drive, and that's probably going to be a common theme this season.
Warriors will go here for the 2-point conversion. Unconventional look here, as it'll just be Anthony and Miller on the line snapping the ball. Elliott Mercer there on the left. You've got 4 linemen down and Jace Palmer. Elliott Mercer gets the direct snap and takes it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Warriors lead 8-0, 5:52 left to go in the first quarter. We're back with more when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Sublime Formal Wear is your homecoming, prom, and special occasion dress destination. Drop in Saturday 10 to 1 to browse their selection of short dresses or schedule a formal gown appointment for an unforgettable session tailored just for you. Sublime Formal Wear has hundreds of dresses in stock. Check out their Facebook page weekly for additional open hours. They're located at 115 South Polk on the west side of the square in Albany. Drop in, find them on Facebook, visit SublimeFlamingoBoutique.com, or call 660-851-1122 to start your journey to your perfect dress. And welcome back as we get set to kick off as the Warriors take an 8-0 lead. Remember, this kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Kicking off for the Warriors, it's the foreign exchange student, the sophomore, Ricardo Kopf. Kopf will kick off. Back to receive looks to be Blake Norton and Easton Matthews. Matthews back at about his own 7. Norton at about his own 9. Norton will catch this one at his own 12-yard line. Fakes to giving it off, and he's going to wrap it around, trying to cut up field, and he is going to be pushed down out of bounds at about the 15-yard line there on the stop. Again, it's the freshman Zayden Palmer.
Oh, a nice first kick there by Kopf. He's a soccer player back in his home country
of Germany.
And kind of been a staple of this Warrior team to have foreign exchange kickers. Obviously, they had Big T last year, who was a rugby player, I believe.
Yes.
Had a nice boot, and as the Warrior defense comes back out, last time out, they did a really nice job of really not giving the Tigers much of anything, any kind of yards at all. We'll see here what the Tigers break out second time out.
Now they're going to go to shotgun formation, keeping it himself this time as the quarterback walked. He'll pick up a yard there on the play before he's taken down by Jay Anthony. Again, he was tied for the leading tackler last season with senior Andrew Wiles, and he makes a big play there on first down after just a short 2-yard pickup, that time by the quarterback Cooper Wachtel, as he called his own number.
Yeah, Jay Anthony, man, he did a really nice job last year for the Warriors. Had some snaps as backup center, did a nice job at linebacker as well, one of the team leading tacklers. And
he did not start the season.
Yeah, that's right.
As a starter.
Yep.
This time the handoff is going to go to the running back, Kyle Funk, as he's going to get just past the 20-yard line down to the 21. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play, as Elliott Mercer there on the stop that time for the Warriors.
Well, this time out for the Tigers, they're at least making progress in the right direction here. It's third down and manageable. They don't have to try and go 10-plus yards. So we'll see here what they do on third down. Again, deep in their own territory, so they're going to have to convert here.
3rd and 4, receiver out wide to the right, receiver out wide to the left is going to be Norton. Wachtel, again, going to keep it, and he's going to get wrapped up. Elliott Mercer was there along with Porter Runnels on the stop.
Yeah, nothing doing there again for the Tigers as they're stopped on third down, and probably punting time here again for the Tigers as they weren't able to convert, and they go 3 and out.
4th and 5, 4 minutes left to play here in the opening quarter as time continues to tick away. 8-0 Warriors with the lead. Again, looking like he's back to punt again. Here is going to be Nolan Huffman, the sophomore.
Zayden Palmer back deep this time for the Warriors.
Short kick. Palmer will catch it at his own 33-yard line. Gets wrapped up immediately, and he'll pick up just a short 3 yards there on the return before he's stopped. There in on the tackle that time was Landon Crockett.
Well, short kick and not much of a return there by Palmer, but certainly a little less nerve-wracking than that last punt when Griffin kind of ran back and picked it up at the last second here. Let's see what the Warriors can do here on their third drive. Second drive, they were able to convert some nice runs by Mercer for a touchdown. They've already turned the ball over once here in the first half, so definitely want to cut that out at least for the rest of the half, but they like to go the rest of the game without turning it over, of course.
1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Palmer hands this one off to Mercer. He's got some room. He's breaking it out to the outside. Stiffs arms the man, and he is gone. Touchdown, Warriors. As Elliott Mercer with his 2nd touchdown already of the night, this time from 44 yards away. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home. United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Warriors lead 14-0, 3.5 left in the first quarter.
Well, in some conversations off Albany TV, the amount of carries that Elliott Mercer is going to get this season has always been a topic of discussion, and how much wear and tear is going to be on his body. Well, if he can just take the first carry of the drive and go all the way to the end zone untouched, they'll take that.
Palmer on the play action, and the pass just a little too far out in front of the tight end, Will Fish, as it falls incomplete. The 2-point conversion will fail, but the Warriors lead 14-0, 3:29 left here in the first quarter. We're back with more when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. The Albany Booster Club is a group of people who come together to make a better experience for the Albany R3 students. They try to help students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, helping every Albany R3 student succeed in their field. The Albany Booster Club, joining together for the better of the Albany students. And welcome back out again here to Albany. As again, we are set for another kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Again, back to receive will be Easton Matthews and Blake Norton. As again, Ricardo Komp will kick off. Again, here for the Warriors from his own 30-yard line. Kickoff by Komp is going to be caught. And they have a botched handoff in the back as Blake Norton tried to give that one to Easton Matthews and never really had it. And he had to fall on it back inside his own 10-yard line at the 9. And that is where Dekalb will start this next drive.
Yeah, Dekalb kind of struggling here early in the game, and a mistake like that's not really helping yourself as you're now deep back in your own territory. And the way the Warriors have been winning the line of scrimmage, it's a dangerous zone to be in if you're a Dekalb Tiger.
So again, snapping the football will be Aiden Bramble. Again in the shotgun is Cooper Wachtel. And he'll hand this one off to his senior running back, Kyle Funk. He's taken down. The ball comes out, but not before the whistle is blown. It'll be a loss of, it looks to be about 5 yards, back to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, close
And
play.
they're going to put it back at the 8.
Close play there as the whistle came pretty much just a little bit before the ball came out. And that could have made things go from bad to worse real quick for Dekalb, because I think it was either Cutter Peterson or Shea Miller that recovered it right in the end zone. I believe it was Shea Miller.
Nolan Huffman will line up wide to the right. Wide to the left here is going to be Blake Norton. Again, Funk will be to the left of his quarterback, Wachtel. Looking to pass on a screen and hit immediately. That time was Nolan Huffman, and hitting him immediately was the junior Clayton Griffin.
Well, that was a nice job by Clayton. He did a nice job of reading that screen pass right out of the gate, and as soon as the ball hit the hands of the receiver, he was there bringing the hit and jarred that ball loose. Nice job there by the junior. He's a guy who really no varsity experience at all to speak of, and now he's expected to have a role here on this Warrior team.
Yeah, him and also Jared Owens getting the start tonight at defensive back in their first ever varsity starts. Huffman now wide to the left, Norton wide to the right. Huffman in motion, a penalty flag flies prior to the snap. And remember, this penalty brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
It's a delay game on Dekalb.
Not something you usually see here early, as this is going to put them back at their own 6-yard line. At their own 4-yard line, as they lose half the distance. And it will now be a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here to see what Dekalb does. They got to take a shot down the field if they want to convert, but they sit back in the pocket too long. Those Warrior defensive linemen are going to be coming for them.
Wachtel will take the snap, and he gets hit immediately. And it's back. They're going to say a fumble that was recovered by the Warriors. So Wachtel fumbled it. Recovering it is the senior, Shea Miller.
It's every lineman's dream, and like I said, I think he had a moment before, and the play was called dead. Gets his touchdown there, and the Warriors have really taken over this game here in the first quarter.
And Shea Miller comes away with the touchdown here for the Warriors as they lead now 20-0. The two-point conversion upcoming here for the Warriors.
Same formation they brought out last time. We'll see here if they do something a little bit different.
This time it's going to be a long snap out to Jace Palmer, and he'll take in the two-point conversion. 22-0. Warriors lead, 2:28 left in the first. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV. Remember, though, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. And also, don't forget, you can fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee. Drips, leaks, or major plumbing problems? Don't stress. Call the longest family-owned business in Albany, Brown Plumbing. From quick fixes to full installations, Brown Plumbing has the experience and reliability you can count on. So when water's not where it should be, remember the name and number. Brown Plumbing, 660-726-5716. Brown Plumbing, quality you can trust right here at home. And welcome back out again here to Albany. Warriors lead 22-0, 2:28 left. Kampf on now to kick again here for the Warriors. And this one is going to be caught by Blake Norton, and he's going to turn it upfield. He's got some room as he is going to be pushed out of bounds finally at about his own 35-yard line, 36-yard line there by Zayden Palmer, as that was a dangerous one that time there by Blake Norton and the return team.
Yeah, that was the biggest play that Dekalb's got all game. And now it's set them up in some good field position. The problem is they haven't been able to do much of anything against this Warrior defense, so they're hoping to have a little bit more success here in this one. But first and foremost, it all starts at the line of scrimmage. They've been getting dominated by the Warriors up front.
So 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line, the best field position that Dekalb has had so far tonight. Shotgun formation. Wachtel looking to pass, sees pressure. Screen pass is going to be hauled in by Kyle Funk, kind of tipped it up to himself a little bit before he's knocked out of bounds right at about midfield. There on the stop pushing him out was Jace Palmer. As that screen pass was knocked around, and somehow Funk was able to come down with it after tipping it around a little bit, and he's going to end up just short of midfield at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, there were two Warriors right in Wachtel's face, and he was able to kind of dump it off to Funk, but a little bit off target there. Nice job by Funk to tip it and stay with it and get a modest gain of 4 there on first down.
2:08 left to play here in the first. 22-0 Warriors lead here over Dekalb. And I believe a timeout going to be called here by the Tigers prior to the snap. And this timeout is going to be brought to you by Petty John Auto Center. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV. In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small town roots with a big town feel. Looking for a place where the coffee's always hot and the welcome's always warm? Come on down to Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. From hearty breakfast to home-style lunches, Deb's Dinky Diner serves up the comfort food you love. Whether you're fueling up for the day or winding down with friends, you'll always find a friendly face and a plate full of goodness. Stop by Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, Missouri, where small town charm meets big flavor. And welcome back out again here to Albany, 22-0, 2:08 left here in the first quarter. Dekalb with a second and 7 upcoming after their timeout. In motion is Huffman. Wachtel, pressure, gets away, and still on his feet as he's going to pick up a few yards past midfield, down into Warrior territory for the first time to the 38-yard line, as Carter Danner on the stop that time for the Warriors.
Well, now the Tigers are putting together some decent plays here. But again, third down, they have finally crossed over the 40-yard line into Warrior territory, so probably 4-down territory here.
Huffman is going to be wide out to the left. The snap and handoff is going to go to Funk. Doing a little juking in the backfield, ends up losing a yard. There on the play, there on the stop is Jared Owens. So it will be a 3rd and 5 from a yard past midfield. And now Dekalb and Caleb Wardlow have a discussion on their hands about what they're going to do here on 4th and 5. Trailing 22-0 with just about 1.5 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to make something happen here. They're finally in Warrior territory, but they're going to have to do something quick here. 3 seconds on the play clock.
Wachtel just gets it off. Low snap, picks it up. Here comes pressure. And he's going to be hit in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards there on the play. And making the stop that time is Jay Anthony again here for the Warriors.
Yeah, that play was kind of dead to rights from the start. It was rushed from the very beginning. And I thought maybe Dekalb was going to try and burn a timeout there just to make sure they were all in order before that big 4th down, but didn't call one, and that play did not go anywhere. And another chance for the Warriors to extend their lead here. It's right now 22-0, a chance to make it at least 28-0.
1st and 10 here for the Warriors. Starting on Dekalb's side of the field at their Dekalb 39-yard line. Mercer behind his quarterback, Palmer with Danner to his right. Jared Owens wide out to the right. Snap, handoff to Mercer, finds some room. Trying to bounce it to the outside and runs right through the tackle down at the 20-yard line as Nolan Huffman just had to try and knock out his feet just to try and get Mercer down as he's down at the 20-yard line, a gain of 19 for another first down. This first down brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial Services. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services.
Yeah, right now Elliott Mercer's average yards per carry has got to be off the charts. He's been running wild here in this first quarter.
We will have those stats and more along with a conversation with the head varsity softball coach Ashley Wilmus at halftime, as this one is run by the sophomore Gavin Pickering as he's just shy of the 5-yard line as he picks up another first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Just a couple of seconds here between the play clock and the game clock. The Warriors will have to run one more play here, but then that will take us into the second quarter unless we have a clock stoppage.
Palmer calls his own number, rushing for the pylon, cuts it back inside. Touchdown, Warriors, as Jace Palmer gets in on the scoring.
Yeah, everyone got a little piece of the pie that time. It was Elliott Mercer who started it, and Gavin Pickering got him close, and Jace Palmer finished it off, putting him into the end zone, and the Warriors with a chance to go up 30 here at the close of the first quarter.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 28-0 Warriors lead. 8 seconds remain here in the opening quarter. As the Warriors, again, will go for the 2-point conversion. It's Pickering behind his quarterback, Palmer, with Danner to his right. Palmer looking, finds Will Fish. 2-point conversion is good. Warriors lead 30-0. And we'll be back with more when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV. Whether you are meeting up with friends to shoot a game of pool, throw some darts, or maybe play some cards, Shadowfax in Albany has something for you. Shadowfax is your football game day headquarters with the game live on the big screen. Shadowfax is open 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and now open on Sundays during football season. So bring your friends on out to Shadowfax, just off of US 136 in Albany. And welcome back out again here to Albany. 8 seconds remain here in the opening quarter. And on to kick it off again is going to be Ricardo Kopf. Back to receive will be Blake Norton and Easton Matthews. The kickoff by Kopf is going to be a high one. Coming in to catch it. And then handing it off to Matthews. That time was Norton as Matthews takes it just shy, or just past the 35-yard line down to the 36. As Ricardo Kopf that time on the stop.
I was going to say he got in and got his first tackle. Again, never played football before this year, so Warriors expecting expecting a lot from him in that kicker spot with that soccer background.
Remember that kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396 to kick off your financial future. Wachtel will take the snap. Hands this one off and gives it off to Easton Matthews. He maybe picks up about a half a yard before he's met by Jay Anthony, and that will end the first quarter of play. We will be back with the second quarter. Warriors lead 30-0 when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helping smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Home Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Home Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Home Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Home Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust. And welcome back out to Albany as we get ready to start the second quarter of action. Dekalb with the football, 2nd and 9 from their own 37-yard line. Wachtel, quick pass, and a penalty flag down in the backfield. I said at first, Easton Matthews thought he was going to be called for a false start. Instead, we're going to have an unsportsmanlike roughing the passer. Unsportsmanlike conduct going to be called against the Warriors back at the 36-yard line. This penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. And this will take it all the way down into the Albany 30-yard line, down to the Albany 28-yard line.
Well, I think we had about 17 penalties on that play, and the one that was called was the one on the Warriors. They were looking for a false start and a hold a couple of different times, but the Warriors got called there.
And again, this is going to put Dekalb in Albany deep inside Albany territory as Jace Palmer sniffs out the screen pass that time to Easton Matthews for a loss of about 4 or 5 yards there on the play.
Yeah, again, the Tigers trying a bunch of different ways to try and get the ball out quick, but it's just not really working. They can't really get the run game going. They're trying to kind of get the quick pass game going, but that's just not working either. And the Warriors have just had every answer on defense so far.
So a 2nd and long already here for Dekalb. As Wachtel looking to pass, here comes pressure and hit by Porter Runnels, and diving for the interception that time was Jay Anthony, but it falls incomplete. But Porter Runnels broke up that play and almost got the Warriors an interception with it as well.
Yeah, that time they try and have Wachtel sit back in the pocket a little bit, but there's just not a whole lot of time to throw here. Just goes back to the Warriors really doing a nice job up front. That's where it all starts, offense or defense. It all starts up front on the line.
So a 3rd and 15 here for the Tigers. Wachtel with Matthews to his right. Wachtel looking to pass, screen gets hit, intercepted by Jay Anthony, and he's got room in front as Anthony going to be chased down from behind, but not before he takes it down inside the Dekalb 10-yard line down to the 9 as he was caught from behind by the senior Landon Crockett.
Well, of course, it's a great play by the Warriors again. Pressure caused the bad throw and a big interception there by Jay Anthony. And honestly, at this point, the Tigers are just happy that Crockett didn't give up on the play. Despite being down 30-0, he chased Jay Anthony down when it would have been pretty easy to just give up and let him run that one in for 6 more points.
1st and goal now here for the Warriors. Just a little over a minute gone here in the 2nd quarter of play. Warriors lead 30-0. Again, it'll be Pickering in the backfield behind his quarterback Palmer with Danner to his right. Wide out to the right, Zayden Palmer. Wide to the left is going to be Jared Owens. In motion is Pickering. He'll get it on a little screen pass out to the right, and he's going to be taken down at about the 4-yard line, a gain of 5 there on the pass from Jace Palmer to Gavin Pickering as Kyle Funk made the stop. 2nd and goal from just inside the Dekalb 5-yard line. Palmer takes the snap, handoff to Pickering, finds his way into the end zone. They're going to say, though, he was down. One says touchdown, one says down at the 1. So we've got one referee here saying touchdown, one saying down at the 1. They're going to say down at the 1. All right. Said the official here on the near side was calling touchdown, on the far side was calling down at the 1. So they will say down at the 1. Warriors now have a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yeah, the knee was down, and then he kind of had a little bit of an extension after the knee went down, so they rule him just short.
So again, Palmer wide, Zayden Palmer wide to the right, Owens wide to the left. Palmer hands off to Pickering again. This time gets stood up at the goal line and is going to be short again.
Yeah, Pickering there looked like he was going to get in, but just kind of got stood up and then just driven back. No real second effort there by Pickering, as it was 2 tacklers driving him back there.
That'll bring Nate Bowen there on the stop, and on 4th and goal, surprise, surprise, Warriors will bring in Elliott Mercer.
Yeah, he'll be a little bit tougher to stand up and drive back like that.
Also back in at tight end is Will Fish. And there's Elliott Mercer as he'll take it the rest of the way in, as he'll snipe the touchdown away from Pickering with 8:52 left here in the 2nd quarter. Warriors lead 36-0.
Yeah, Warriors, they're going to hand the ball off to him quite a bit this season, so just trying to give him a little bit of a break here as he's taking a lot of carries. But if they need him to finish off a drive, they'll certainly put him out there.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your United Country Nelson Real Estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. Owens wide to the right. Danner to the right of his quarterback. Palmer now moves over to the left side. Palmer will take the snap. Hand off to Danner. He'll get in for the two-point conversion. As the two-point conversion is good, Warriors now lead by a score of 38-0 with 8:52 left here in the second quarter. We're back with more football here from Albany on Albany TV when we return in a moment. If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team. Kopf again will kick off here for the Warriors as the Warriors lead now 38-0. Just underneath 9 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Again, Norton and Matthews back, this time to out their own 15-yard line. That's Kopf kicking for the first time towards the north. This one going to be handed off to Matthews as again he's got some room on the outside, finally pushed down after he gets past the 30-yard line there on the stop. That time was Dylan Anthony as Matthews takes it out to the 32-yard line.
Well, the Tigers coming out once again for another drive, still not on the board. Their drives, the past couple of drives have looked better than when they started out. They're gaining yards now, but they just don't have enough to get first downs and then get sustained first downs enough to drive down the field. And we'll see here what they do this time out.
I believe the only first down that they've had so far has come off that big penalty that occurred last drive on the roughing the passer, ended up as an interception, almost a touchdown by the Warriors. And this one, another interception, Jay Anthony again. This one thrown almost right to him as Wachter won a little sidearm action. And Jay Anthony right there as he takes it back inside the 30-yard line down to the 27.
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't wearing different colored jerseys, you would have assumed that throw was to Jay Anthony because, I mean, it was just right to him, right in the chest. Wachter tried to fit it into a tight window there, threw a couple of linemen, went sidearm like you said, and it was just right there perfectly for Jay Anthony.
So 1st and 10 again now here for the Warriors at the Dekalb 27-yard line. Danner moves and motions over to the right to his quarterback. And Danner will get the handoff, bouncing it to the outside. And he's going to continue through a tackle inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line to be a yard shy of the first down. As Cale Cassidy that time on the stop for the Dekalb Tigers. So it'll be a 2nd and 1 here now for the Warriors. 8:10 left here in the second quarter of play. Owens going to be wide out to the right. Again, Pickering in the backfield. Gets the handoff, trying to bounce it to the outside. Has some room, trying to cut it back. Lost his footing and slides down right around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of a window there for Gavin Pickering. He hit it hard. Got run down just a few yards short of the end zone.
Nolan Huffman that time there made the touchdown saving stop for the Tigers. Brings up another 1st and goal. Remember, this first down brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Danner motions to the right of his quarterback, Palmer. Danner takes the handoff, rushes up the middle, and he's going to be down to about the 3-yard line. A short 2-yard pickup that time for the Warriors.
And again, Mercer's been off the field this entire drive. They're probably not going to go to him unless they have to for most of the game here, as this one looks like the Warriors are going to have it in hand. And like I said before, Mercer's going to get a lot of carries this season, so no need to overdo him here in week 1.
Well, not just the carries, also starting defensive end. He's going to have a lot of plays underneath his belt by the end of the season.
Yes.
Fake to Danner. Read option. Chase Palmer takes it into the end zone for another Warrior touchdown. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 44-0. Warriors lead, 6:42 left here in the second quarter. If this game ends at halftime, we will play the interview with the head coach of the Warriors and Ashley Wilmus at the conclusion of the game, a part of our BTC Bank pregame. Timeout going to be called here by the Warriors to avoid the delay of game on the 2-point conversion. We'll be back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout. When we come back in a moment, check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to Albany, 44-0. Warriors with the lead, 2-point conversion still to come here for the Warriors. 6:42 left here in this second quarter of play. Danner will be to the right of his quarterback, Palmer. Danner gets the handoff and is going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Gets about a yard there on the carry, but is going to be short of the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and it will be a 44-0 lead here with 6:42 left in favor of the Warriors. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agents and Phillips in Albany for a free personal protection review.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 44-0 is the lead. After one quarter in Rich Hill, it's Norburn, Hardin Central, Rich Hill that are tied at 8 apiece. That is again after one quarter of play. We're going to try and get you some other scores as well. And it looks like Rockport leading over Worth County up in Grant City at the moment, 22-12 in the second quarter. As this time, Blake Norton will keep himself, turns the corner, just one man to beat. It's the kicker, and Blake Norton is going to erase the 0 on the scoreboard here for Dekalb as he returns this one for a Tiger touchdown.
Well, they've done that fake on that kickoff every time there, and it looks like it got the Warriors that time as Norton was able to turn the corner there and just beat everyone to the end zone, and that's got to feel good for Dekalb. They finally get that 0 off the scoreboard.
So return for a touchdown for Dekalb. And remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons, as Dekalb gets their first points of the season on the board off of a kickoff return. That time from Blake Norton, 44-6. Albany with the lead, 6:28 left here in the second quarter. Wachtel underneath center. In motion is Kyle Funk. He'll motion out to the left. Wachtel, quick pass out to Funk. And he will get into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And it is now A 44-8 Warrior lead after the 2-point conversion and the touchdown return from Dekalb. We're back with more when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance. Someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy.
To get started, contact Nick Smith, a financial advisor with Prudential, at 660-726-3396.
So we told you it's Rockport leading over Worth County 22-12 in the first half. Up in Grant City, South Holt leading over Stanberry 20-12. That's with 4:43 left in the second quarter. And Archie leads over Lockwood 14-12. That's with 8:11 left in the second quarter at last check. Onside kick recovered by Elliott Mercer. And he is going to be hit that time by Cale Cassidy as Mercer takes it just shy of the midfield down to the 38-yard line.
Well, Elliott with the recovery there on the short kick, and again he comes off the field.
1st and 10 for the Warriors on their own 38-yard line. Will Fish will be the tight end to the right. Wide out to the left will be Owens. Pickering in the backfield will get the handoff from Jace Palmer. And cutting through the hole and making the tackle is the sophomore Cale Cassidy. And back at the line of scrimmage was the tackle there as you saw the sophomore linebacker flying through the hole and stopped Gavin Pickering in his tracks. And we're going to have a water timeout halfway through the second quarter of play. Warriors lead 44-8. Remember, during this timeout, check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com. Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope LLC in Albany, Missouri provides compassionate counseling and therapy to help you navigate life's challenges. Kathy Sneed specializes in trauma and PTSD, child and behavioral issues. Call Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope at 660-285-4844. Warriors with the football following the water timeout. Gavin Pickering on the handoff. Breaks free down the sideline, tackled inside the Dekalb 20, down at the 19-yard line.
Nice run there by Pickering, bounced it out to the outside. Able to get a nice gain there around the edge.
It was Caden Myers that time on the stop. Remember, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. At last check, Pattonsburg was leading over Platte Valley 22-18 in the second quarter. And a first quarter score, it was Mound City leading over Princeton 8-0. Handoff this time goes to Carter Danner. He's got some room as he's down to the 10-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. As again, Caden Myers, the junior, on the stop for the Tigers.
Danner comes up just a little bit gimpy there on that one. I think he's just got to kind of shake it off, but he's going to come off the field for a minute.
Looks to be fine, just comes over, grabs a drink of water. Sophomore Danner's gotten a lot of action so far here early tonight.
It's Clayton Griffin that comes in for him for at least this play.
Faking the handoff to Pickering, finds Will Fish. He'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. 4:37 left in the second. Warriors lead 50-8. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons.
Again, Will Fish there, and just a nice little route over the middle of the field there. The Warriors go play action, then straight to him. He's had a nice first game here. We'll see if that's something the Warriors can rely on all season.
2-point conversion upcoming. Staying in for the Warriors is Clayton Griffiths, as he'll be motioned to the right of his quarterback, Palmer. He'll take the handoff, trying to bounce it to the outside. He gets in for the 2-point conversion. Warriors lead 52-8, 4:37 left in the second. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV. Brighten any day with the Briar Patch in Albany, Missouri. From fresh flower bouquets and custom arrangements to charming home decor and unique gifts, the Briar Patch is something special for every occasion. Whether it's birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, or just because, the Briar Patch's friendly team makes it easy to find the perfect way to show you care. Stop by the Briar Patch in Albany, your hometown flower and gift shop, where small town charm blooms every day. And welcome back out again here to Albany. 52-8 is the lead here for the Warriors over the Tigers, as again Ricardo Kampf will come back to kick off. And remember, in the last kickoff, it was Blake Norton that returned it for a touchdown to give Dekalb their first points of the night. 22-20 now. Rockport with the slim lead over Worth County. That was with 6:58 left in the first half. Again, that game going on just north of here, up in Worth County. Comp will kick this one off. And goes off the foot this time, and Norton picks it up and immediately gets hit flying in. That time for the Warriors was Clayton Griffin, as Norton returns it just shy of the 20 down to the 19.
We've had a couple of kick scares because of some misplays by the receiving team. Albany's had one, Dekalb's had one or two, and it hasn't come back to bite the receiving team yet, but you got to be clean on those returns. And,
well,
of course,
it did kind of come up bad on them one because they had that botched handoff inside the 10 that ended up as the touchdown recovery in the end zone by Shea Miller. Wachtel sidearm pass, gets it out to Kyle Funk. He's going to have enough for a first down before he's tackled out of bounds, that time by Jace Palmer down to the 34-yard line. Remember, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. So a 1st and 10 here now for Dekalb. After the pass play out to Funk. Picks up about 15 yards on first down. Again, Dekalb gets out of the huddle late, and they're going to have to hurry up and get this snap off. And a timeout going to be called by the Tigers. It'll be their second timeout here at the half. They'll have one remaining. We'll be back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV. East Fork Lodge in Albany, Missouri is pleased to announce the opening of its new rec center. It has 2 spacious suites, each equipped with 2 queen beds, a pull-out sofa, kitchenette, microwave, fridge, and dining area. Guests have access to half-court basketball, pickleball, workout facilities, and a game room offering billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, and shuffleboard. For details on the rec center, lodging, or the Legacy Event Center wedding venue, contact bookings at eastforklodge.com or visit our website at www.eastforklodge.com. Looking to grow your future close to home? At Lone Star Investments in Albany, Missouri, Tanya is there to help you build lasting financial security. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, or just getting started, Tanya offers personalized guidance every step of the way. Stop by Lone Star Investments today, where your goals are their priority. Because investing isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Lone Star Investments, Albany, Missouri. Secure your tomorrow starting today. Dekalb snap on 1st and 10. Wachtel looking to pass, looking deep. Finds his man. It's Nolan Huffman inside the Albany 15-yard line as he beat Jared Owens. And a big play puts Dekalb inside the 15-yard line of Albany, down to looks to be about the 14.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a question mark coming out of the Jamboree, was how is this Warrior passing game going to turn out this season? And they haven't been beaten too badly before that play, thanks in large part to the defensive line, but we'll see if that improves it all over the course of the season.
That's another Smith Prudential Financial first down. Wachtel looking to pass, has some time now, doesn't, as he's ripped and thrown down. And there on the stop for the Warriors is Cutter Peterson. Remember, you can fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee. A loss of 2 yards there on the play by the sack, that time from Peterson.
Yeah, the Warriors have really flexed their muscle advantage over Dekalb here in this one. They've been the more physical team since the very first play. And if you're the more physical team, that's always going to be to your advantage.
So it'll be a 2nd and 12 from the 15-yard line. Wachtel will take the snap, alone in the backfield. Here comes pressure, looking for Funk, and he has it tipped, and it's going to be tipped into the hands of Carter Danner, who comes away with the interception and loses his footing down inside the 10, but the Warriors have the football on their own 8-yard line.
Well, it's the 3rd interception the Warriors have gotten this game, and they've really done a nice job of getting the ball back to offset that early turnover they had. 3 turnovers for Dekalb, just 1 for Albany, and we always talk about the turnover battle. It is very important in football, and the Warriors, that's just one of the many things they've been winning here in this one.
Yeah, it was tipped off the hands of the senior Kyle Funk, and Carter Danner didn't give up on the ball, ends up coming away with the interception. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, deep in their own zone for the first time. Handoff will go to Elliott Mercer, and guess what? Mercer off to the races. Right behind him is Easton Matthews. He's going to reach for him, and just shy of the goal line that time is Mercer as he's down at the 1. As Mercer a little slow to get up here for the Warriors. And he's going to hobble. He needs to go down to a knee, and the clock will stop. Now he's going to be okay, and he's going to jog off the field. But, again, another big play where Dekalb did not give up on the play, and Easton Matthews comes up with a tackle from behind.
Yeah, I think every single Albany fan was holding their breath there, but he was able to jog off pretty much without much of a limp, but he's still feeling it there on the sideline. Probably going to be stretched out a little bit.
I think we're going to have a delay of game here against Albany. It took a while for Mercer to get off the field. And that's why I said if you go down to the knee, that clock will stop. So they do have that penalty here. Remember, that was another Smith Prudential Financial first down, and this is a penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. So delay of game puts the Warriors back at their own 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Jace Palmer going to keep it himself. Picks up maybe a yard before he's thrown back. There on the stop that time, Cale Cassidy and Landon Crockett. As Palmer takes that one back to the 5-yard line. This will be a 2nd and goal from the 5. Warriors lead 52-8, 2:05 left here in the 2nd quarter. Handoff to Pickering. And reaches for the end zone, gets in for another Warrior touchdown. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home with United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons.
Well, that gets the Warriors across the 50-point threshold, 50-point lead threshold, as they've been in control of this one since the very onset. Pretty much ever since that fumble early, they've just dominated the game from there on.
58-8, the Warriors lead. 2-point conversion upcoming. Palmer fakes the handoff, rolling out to the right, looking to pass, and saw some pressure coming, got rid of it, and pass will fall incomplete. The 2-point conversion will fail, but it is a 50-point Warrior lead, 58-8, just underneath 2 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. We're back with more when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Whether you're hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christy's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany. Ricardo Kopf again will kick off here for the Warriors. His team leads by 50, 58-8, 157 left here in the second quarter. Back to receive the kick again will be Blake Norton along with Easton Matthews. Norton on the left, Matthews here on the near side. Norton will catch it about his own 15-yard line, hands this off to Matthews. And he'll be along the sideline and taken out of bounds at about the 23, but a penalty flag flies here on the near side away from the football. We'll see what the penalty flag is here. There's going to be a block in the back penalty called here against Dekalb. And we'll see where they end up putting this at here for Dekalb to start. As they are going to put them back in right at about their own 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 now here for Dekalb. From their own 10-yard line. Wachtel looking to pass and had some separation to Kyle Funk, but Carter Danner puts his hand up, and since the pass was a little short, Danner was able to knock it away.
Yeah, I was going to say, like you said, Funk had the step there on Danner, but again, the pressure from the Warriors just causes that throw by Wachtel to be a little bit offline, and Danner able to get a hand on it and bat it down to the ground.
2nd and 10 now here for the Dekalb Tigers. Taking the snap, Wachtel again looking to pass. And this time overthrows Funk as he was all alone with an open lane to the end zone.
Exactly, yeah, that was if that throw was on target there, Funk would have been able to catch that. If he caught it in stride, not sure that anybody would have been able to catch him. And it's something the Warriors are definitely going to take. Even though they are up by quite a bit, there's always something you can improve on. And right now, the passing defense could definitely it's definitely an area for further improvement as we head into the following week.
3rd and 10 from the 10-yard line here for the Dekalb Tigers. Wachtel takes the snap, again sees pressure immediately, again looking deep for this time for Crockett. And we're going to have a defensive pass interference call here against Jace Palmer. And this is going to give a 1st down here to Dekalb.
Yeah, just a little bit too handsy there by Palmer, kind of holding the arm just a little bit too much. And sometimes they'll let you away with a little bit of contact. Once you cross that line, that flag is going to come out. And it just goes back. You cannot, if you're a DB, you cannot get beat over the top. You're just putting yourself in a bad position, and pretty much you just have to pray for an underthrow, a bad throw, or something, or you're just going to have to cause a penalty to keep from an even bigger play from happening.
That'll be a first down brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Remember that penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. Wachtel just gets rid of it. Crockett unable to come away with the catch. If he did, it would have been a loss of about 4 yards. So,
yeah, with the screen passes, especially a halfback screen, most of the time you have to wait a little bit there for the halfback to leak out, and that's all the time it's taking for the defensive front for the Warriors to get through. Wachtel's taking a beating, and especially on those screen passes, he's been knocked down to the ground just about every time.
Warriors have probably one of the best offensive and defensive fronts, I would say, in 8-man football this year. They're big, they're experienced. Looking deep down the field, down the right side, getting his hand up and knocking it away. That time is Jared Owens. Pass intended that time for Nolan Huffman. And that would have been a heck of a catch. But either way, Jared Owens gets his hands up and knocks it away.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Owens. He stayed right with him and just went straight up. Saw the receiver go up to try and high point it and got 2 hands on it. But a nice job by Owens to get his own hands up and kind of knock that one free and not allow the Tigers to get a big explosive play there on second down.
1:24 left here in the half. Wachtel will take the snap. LeFunk to his right. In motion is Norton. Norton gets the handoff, and he's going to be hit as he crosses the 30-yard line down to about the 32. Zayden Palmer there on the stop that time for the Warriors. So brings up a 4th and 3 here for Dekalb. They will keep their offense on the field here with underneath a minute left to play here in the second quarter, trailing by 50. For what could potentially be the final offensive play of the night here for Dekalb. Wachtel takes a snap with 1 second left on the play clock. Quick pass out to Funk. Has enough for a first down. He's got some room as he's taking this down the far sideline, and he will take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Dekalb.
Yeah, right now the Warrior defense, especially the back end, is having some trouble putting together a couple of solid plays all in a row. They have a good play and they follow it up with a not so good play, and that's something that hopefully as they get more experienced later in the season, that will continue to improve.
Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Just underneath 30 seconds left here in the half, 58-14. Albany with the lead. Dekalb trying to go for the 2-point conversion. Wachtel takes the snap. Looks, finds his man. It's Norton, reaches out, gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And it is a 42-point lead in favor of the Warriors, 58-16. 28 seconds remain here in the opening half. We'll be back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 58-16, Warriors with the lead. Back on to kick it off. Here is going to be Grayson Moore. Actually, I take that back. It's going to be Nolan Huffman that's going to kick off. Here for Dekalb. Remember, kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Again, it'll be Clayton Griffin back at his own 5 to return the kick. A penalty flag flies as I believe we're going to have an offsides on the kickoff. False start on the kickoff is what they're going to call. This penalty flag is brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
This will back up Dekalb for this next kick here, give the Warriors a little bit better field position when they take over.
So Dekalb will end up kicking this from their own 25-yard line. And falling on it on his own 35-yard line is going to be Kendrick Katz.
That kick was coming in hot too, and he just scooped it up and was already on a knee when he recovered it, so it was immediately blown dead.
So Katz recovers on his own 35-yard line. That is where the Warriors will start this next drive with 25 seconds remaining here in the half. Leading by 42. Owens wide out to the right. Palmer will take the snap. Hands off, goes to Pickering. Trying to bounce it to the outside. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the first down yard marker. And a Dekalb Tiger is down injured after the play, as it looks like maybe just a cramping issue. As Pickering took it across midfield, the tackler and injured Tiger was Nolan Huffman, as he will limp off the field here for the Tigers. Clock again will run. The Warriors do not have to take a snap here, and it looks like they will not. So at least going to halftime, Warriors lead 58-16. Your halftime tonight here on Albany TV is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Find everything on your grocery list. Your halftime on Albany TV brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. The coaches are going to discuss at midfield whether they're going to continue this game or not. We're going to come back in just a moment and give you the answer. Sublime Formal Wear is your homecoming, prom, and special occasion dress destination. Drop in Saturday 10 to 1 to browse their selection of short dresses or schedule a formal gown appointment for an unforgettable session tailored just for you. Sublime Formal Wear has hundreds of dresses in stock. Check out their Facebook page weekly for additional open hours. They are located at 115 South Polk on the west side of the square in Albany. Drop in, find them on Facebook, visit SublimeFlamingoBoutique.com, or call 660-851-1122 to start your journey to your perfect dress. We will play a second half, so we'll be back with the halftime interview with the head coach of the Albany Softball Warriors, Ashley Wilmus, when we come back. The Albany Booster Club is a group of people who come together to make a better experience for the Albany R3 students. They try to help students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, helping every Albany R3 student succeed in their field. The Albany Booster Club, joining together for the better of the Albany students. Drips, leaks, or major plumbing problems? Don't stress. Call the longest family-owned business in Albany, Brown Plumbing. From quick fixes to full installations, Brown Plumbing has the experience and reliability you can count on. So when water's not where it should be, remember the name and number. Brown Plumbing, 660-726-5716. Brown Plumbing, quality you can trust right here at home. In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small-town roots with a big-town feel. And welcome into your Albany Hy-Vee halftime tonight here on Albany TV. And we're here with the head coach of the Albany Warriors softball team, and Ashley Wilmus. And Coach, it's your second year taking the helm of the Lady Warriors. Came off a really good season last year, 27-6, 4 first place in tournaments, 1 second place, co-conference GRC West champions. And as we were just talking a little bit off the air, just shy of a district championship, maybe 1 or 2 hits you felt maybe could have helped change that game. But still a great season. You lose just 3 seniors off that team, bring back a lot of key players, though, and kind of talk about what the excitement level is for you and the players coming into the season.
Yeah, these girls, as soon as we lost last year, they were ready to get back at it. They have high expectations for themselves, and the Jamboree kind of sparked an extra fire under them that they didn't quite have, and they played together and realized, wow, we have a lot of potential. And I think that spark and that connection and the possibility of having so many options on the field, both offensive and defensively, that just they're ready. They're ready for games to start.
Last year, you and your team really leaned on the pitching of McKenna Moffitt. Again, she's going to be back again this year. You're going to do that again, but you have a little bit more help for her trying to take some innings away this year.
Yes, having a couple extra pitchers is going to help a lot. Even if it's a couple innings here and there, it's going to allow her arm to rest, even play the field if we need to, and open up opportunities for other players to get in positions they might not have had because we didn't have that option to remove her. But I think having multiple pitchers is definitely going to be a good thing for us.
So we talked about last year you lost 3 seniors. This year you have just 1 senior. Talk about the building of the team that you were doing, because you have the ability from your first year to really build a team that is going to have sustained success.
Yeah, so Alexis is our lone senior. Even though there's just one, that's going to be a big hole to fill. But we have a couple of juniors and sophomores who I think will fill it just fine. But starting so young, we're able to start from the very beginning and build. I mean, I've even noticed some huge leaps in confidence and skills in just the freshmen. So having full 4 years to work with them, I can imagine what we're going to be. It's exciting.
And then I know in the past you've kind of played the same tournaments where you play the same teams over and over again. This year you kind of switched it up. You have a couple of new tournaments this year that are going to have you see some better competition. Is that to try and hopefully help you towards the postseason?
Yes. So the idea was to see other people. Seeing the same teams over and over, it's not really making anyone better. Of course, it's good to get those games in, but my girls also felt like if they're going to be playing that many games, how about we see people we don't see? And those tournaments are towards the end of the year, right when we need to see what we need to work on. And that's going to be huge leading into the postseason.
All right. Well, your first game coming up next Tuesday on the road. You're on the road for the first 2 games of the season, of course, both conference games, and then back at home the next week. So we wish you and the Lady Warriors the best of luck this season.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with the stats from the first half when we come back with more of your Albany Hy-Vee halftime here on Albany TV. Looking for a place where the coffee's always hot and the welcome's always warm? Come on down to Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. From hearty breakfast to home-style lunches, Deb's Dinky Diner serves up the comfort food you love. Whether you're fueling up for the day or winding down with friends, you'll always find a friendly face and a plate full of goodness. Stop by Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, Missouri, where small-town charm meets big flavor. Whether you are meeting up with friends to shoot a game of pool, throw some darts, or maybe play some cards, Shadowfax in Albany has something for you. Shadowfax is your football game day headquarters with the game live on the big screen. Shadowfax is open 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and now open on Sundays during football season. So bring your friends on out to Shadowfax, just off of US 136 in Albany. Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered.
So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as we are at halftime, 58-16. Warriors with the lead here at the half. I'd like to thank our sponsors, help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, locations in Bethany and Albany. Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany and the Hogue Lumber Company in Albany. The Albany Hy-Vee, Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany. United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany. Shelter Insurance Agent Sam Phillips in Albany. Johnson Controls in Albany, the Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany, Raymond Smith Body Shop and Sublime Formal Wear on the west side of the square in Albany. The East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center in Albany, Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany, Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope LLC, Lone Star Investments on the square in Albany, Shadowfax on 136 in Albany, Brown Plumbing of Albany, Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, and the City of Albany, Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and Buchanan County School Districts, and the Printer and News Shopper located in Albany. Remember, your halftime on Albany TV is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats from the first half. And, Brett, now let me tell you just the most surprising stat you'll hear all night. The Warriors threw 6 times. They ran the ball 33 times.
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected.
306 yards on the ground for the Warriors off those 33 carries, 34 yards through the air as they completed 3 of those 6 passes. However, Warriors do have 5 penalties amounting 45 yards. They're 2 for 4 on third down conversions, 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions. Now switching it up and looking at Dekalb. They have 13 rushes for 5 yards. They have 18 passes, 5 completed for 94 yards, most coming on that last pass for a touchdown to Kyle Funk. They have 5 first downs so far. They have 1 offensive touchdown, 1 touchdown in the special teams off a kickoff return. They have, though, 3 interceptions so far on the night. They have been penalized just twice so far or 3 times so far for a total of 10 yards. Taking a look at the stat leaders here rushing for the Warriors. Surprise, surprise. Elliott Mercer at the top. 9 carries, 176 yards for 3 touchdowns. And if you can't do the math that quick in your head, that is just shy of 20 yards per carry. 19.5 yards per carry for Elliott Mercer. Also 3 touchdowns. Gavin Pickering, 8 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown. Carter Danner, 5 carries for 30 yards and a fumble. Jace Palmer, 6 carries, 20 yards, 2 touchdowns. Passing, Jace Palmer, 3 for 6 so far, 37 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Will Fish, 2 catches, 29 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Pickering, 1 catch for 5 yards. On the opposite side for Dekalb, Blake Norton, 2 carries for 6 yards. Easton Matthew, 1 carry for 1 yard. Kyle Funk, 4 carries for 0 yards. Cooper Wachtel, 6 carries for -2 yards and a fumble. Cooper Wachtel, 7 for 16, passing through the air for 100 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Again, Kyle Funk, 3 receptions for 66 yards and a touchdown. Nolan Huffman, 1 catch for 33 yards. Easton Matthews, 1 catch for -5 yards so far in the half.
Well, overall, obviously the Warriors are happy to be up 58-16. Like you said, Elliott Mercer's been kind of the driving force of their offense, kind of the engine of it, and that's exactly what we expected, and that's what we expect to happen kind of throughout the entire season. But there is cause for concern for the Warriors that there are some things that they haven't done well in this one. They are being penalized more than Dekalb in this one. 5 penalties for 45 yards versus just 2 for Dekalb. They did allow the kick return, and special teams is one one of the three facets of the game. It's right up there with offense and defense. If you're not good at special teams, that can really come back to bite you. The Warriors have been so good at special teams in the past couple years, thanks in large part to Kyle Emerson. He's not out there now. And then the pass defense that we harped on a lot last week, it's kind of rearing its head at times in this one. Obviously, Dekalb hasn't been able to beat him too much, but there's certain things that the Warriors are not going to be able to get away with for the entire season. So, yes, they're happy to be ahead. That's always what you're always trying to win the game that's in front of you. But there's certainly things that as we go into a running clock second half that they can improve on as we expect more JV guys work in.
On the defense, I forgot to give you those leaders. Again, unofficial defensive stats. It's hard for me to sometimes figure out who makes the tackle. Right now, Kyle Cassidy, 3.5 tackles, leads the way, followed by Nolan Huffman and Kyle Funk, each with 3 tackles for Dekalb. For Albany, led in tackling, surprise, Jay Anthony, 5 tackles, also 2 interceptions. Right behind him is Jace Palmer. He has 3 tackles so far here in the ballgame. Cutter Peterson with a sack, along with Shea Miller, who also has a fumble recovery for a touchdown that happened early or late in that first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. There's been plenty of good for the Warriors. Obviously, Shea Miller got the touchdown off the fumble recovery. Jay Anthony with the 2 interceptions, almost ran one of them back for a pick 6. But you got to take the good with the bad. So there's always something to improve on. And the Warriors definitely, there's no reason why they shouldn't hit this week of practice knowing that there's a lot of stuff they can improve on.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats from around 8-man football at halftime. Norburn Hardin Central leads over Rich Hill 30-22. Some other scores that we can bring you from around 8-man football. Let's see here. With 6:34 left in the third quarter, Lockwood with the lead over Archie at the moment, 18-14 so far, that game being played. Also, Knox County leading St. Paul Lutheran at halftime, 36-20. Some other 8-man football scores. It looks like at the half, Rockport leading over Worth County, 28-20. So those two top matchups at the top of 8-man football between Archie and Lockwood, Rockport, Worth County, looking like they are living up to the hype here so far early on tonight. Also going on over in Stanbury, South Holt leading Stanbury 34-12. That is just into the start of the third quarter. See if we can find you some other scores from around 8-man football. East Atchison with a lead over North Andrew 14-0. I believe that is in the third quarter of play at the moment. Polo, this is a game between Polo and Schuyler County. Not certain if they're playing 11-man or 8-man style football down in Polo tonight, but Polo with the lead, 44-22 over Schuyler County. That was with 1:20 left in the second quarter. Mound City leads at half over Princeton, 38-0. Trying to see if we can find some other scores from around 8-man football here at the moment. We did see that Platte Valley was ahead at the last check that we saw there. Let's see if we can try and catch another update from them. I take that back, and the new update is now Polo leading over Schuyler County with 2:46 left in the fourth quarter, 74-28. And that is actually now a final there for Polo coming away with the victory. And that is all that we can find on the scores at the moment. We will try and give you some other update. Actually, I say that we do have a halftime score. Pattonsburg leading over Platte Valley, 30-18. We'll be back with more as we get ready to start second half action as the Warriors lead Dekalb 58-16 here at the half. We'll get ready to start third quarter action when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite school and earn that school extra cash with each swipe. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account, stop by your local BTC Bank branch to get your mascot debit card today. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. BTC Bank, here for good. Member FDIC.
BTC Bank.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Home Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Home Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Home Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Home Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust. If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits, medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Another update in scores from around 8-man football in the state of Missouri. North Shelby with a lead over Bishop Ablon by a score of 26-12. Again, here in Albany, it's a 58-16 lead for Albany over Dekalb as we're just about ready to start second half action. Like to again thank our sponsors for helping you bring you tonight's broadcast. The Printery and New Shopper in Albany, Buchanan County and Albany School Districts, the Albany Booster Club, Williams Construction in Albany, the City of Albany, and Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, Brown Plumbing of Albany, Shadowfax on 136 in Albany, Lone Star Investments on the Square in Albany, Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope LLC, Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany, East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center just north of Albany. Sublime Formal Wear on the west side of the square in Albany, along with the Briar Patch on the west side of the square. Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. Johnson Controls, Shelter Insurance Agent Sam Phillips in Albany. United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, along with the Albany Hy-Vee. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany. The Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards north in Albany. Petty John Auto Center with locations in Bethany and Albany. And BTC Bank. Remember, your halftime tonight here on Albany TV is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Your Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. As we get set to start out the second half of play, we'll be back in just a moment with the Smith Prudential Financial kickoff.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Sam Phillips in Albany for a free personal protection review.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance. Someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy.
To get started, contact Nick Smith, a financial advisor with Prudential, at 660-726-3396.
If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com. And welcome back out again here to Albany. We will have a second half running clock, and we will have 8 minutes on the clock instead of 12 here during this running clock time here of the second half. That is what both coaches have agreed to here for the second half. Albany will kick off from right to left. And again, it'll be Ricardo Kolp that will kick off here for the Warriors. Back to return the kick here for Dekalb. Looks to be Blake Norton, and looks like, again, it's still Easton Matthews. Kolp will kick it off. Norton will catch it about his own 16-yard line. Matthews breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to be taken down just as he crosses midfield. Kolp kind of slowed him down and finished off that time by Porter Runnels at about the 37-yard line of Albany.
Yeah, it looked like maybe again that Dekalb was maybe headed for another kick return there, but Kolp did a nice job kind of hanging back, slowed him down just enough for some help to come by and stop that short of a return all the way.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for Dekalb from the Albany 37-yard line. Underneath center is Wachtel. He'll flip it out to the left side for Blake Norton. He's got some room as he's going to be hit and taken down inside the 20. There on the stop that time for the Warriors was Dylan Anthony and Kendrick Katz.
Yeah, it is the JV defense out there for the Warriors. A lot of these guys' first varsity game action. Good opportunity here at the Warriors having this game taken care of here for some backups, JV players to get some run.
And remember, that first down brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. As Wachtel again underneath center in the I formation will hand this one off. And met immediately at the line of scrimmage that time, Easton Matthews, as Dylan Anthony was the Warrior there on the stop. A gain of about 1 there on the play. Brings up now a 2nd and 9. This is the same type of offense that Dekalb came out to start the game with. I formation, and the Warrior defensive front made them quickly get out of that as this one pitched out to the left side. Easton Matthews turns the corner, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line down at about the 7. Looks like Pickering and Fish were both that in the stop that time for the Warriors, as that is another first down. Remember, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. It'll be a 1st and goal from about the 70-yard line. Wachtel keeps it himself. And he's going to be taken down just inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Not quite sure what happened on that play, but I'm not confident that Wachtel was supposed to keep that one. A little bit of miscommunication there on the handoff, and the Warriors were able to bring Wachtel down before he got too big of a gain there. But again, the Tigers are knocking on the door.
It was Grayson Miller on the stop that last time for the Warriors. As that one handed off to Blake Norton, he runs it up the middle. He'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown in favor of Dekalb. And that is, remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list from United Country Nelson Real Estate Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Clock will continue to run, though. Will only stop for injuries, timeouts, and kick, and in between 2-point conversions and kickoffs. So 4:20 left, 58-22 is the lead in favor of the Warriors. Wachtel underneath center. Flip out to the left of Matthews. got the high pitch, brought it in, takes it in for the 2-point conversion, and it's a 58-24 lead here in favor of the Warriors with 4:06 left in the third. We're back with more when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope LLC in Albany, Missouri provides compassionate counseling and therapy to help you navigate life's challenges. Kathy Sneed specializes in trauma and PTSD, child and behavioral issues. Call Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope at 660-285-4844. That's 660-285-4844. Acres of Hope LLC, because every journey deserves hope. Dekalb will kick off here with 4:06 left. Here in the third quarter, 58-24 is the lead in favor of Albany. And again, it looks like Nolan Huffman will kick off. Back to receive is Clayton Griffin back at his own 5-yard line. Line drive kick that is going to be picked up by Zayden Palmer at his own 20-yard line. He's going to take it to the opposite side, trying to turn the corner. He's across midfield and now stops. Still on his feet. Still on his feet as he crosses the 30-yard line of Dekalb down to the 29.
Yeah, really nice run there by the freshman, and he's probably going to come in at quarterback now right after that, as he took all of the Warriors' backup quarterback snaps last week.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Warriors at the Dekalb 29-yard line, with 3:41 left here in the third quarter. Clock has now officially stopped. No longer running clock, as they are now within 34 points of each other. Zayden Palmer now in at quarterback. Kendrick Katz to his left. High snap. Palmer will have to fall on it at his own 35-yard line.
And not a good start for the JV offense now, as the defense kind of got the offense for Dekalb kind of got the better of the Albany defense, so they're hoping to kind of turn the tables back around here on offense, but not a great first play there.
Well, the JV almost had a bad thing where they huddled up right where the ball was at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you don't really want to do that.
You don't usually want to do that because the defense will learn pretty quick what your plays are. So again, Zayden Palmer will take the snap. This time a low snap. Rolling around the ground. It's still loose, and I believe Dekalb is going to have it, as I believe it's Parker Pierce that is going to be at the bottom of this pile with the football for Dekalb across midfield. Now they're going to say that they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to Clayton Griffin, but I don't know about that one, as he'll have it now at midfield. It'll be a 3rd and 21.
Yeah, the Warriors definitely going the wrong direction here, and they're going to have to clean it up. It's been pretty sloppy since the JV got in. Again, it is week 1, but going to have to see some better things here.
Clayton Griffin behind his quarterback, Zayden Palmer. Again, another bad snap, but Palmer able to grab this one, and he's going to be ripped down from behind. Going to be a horse collar tackle sack, that time by Reed Reagan. And that is going to help out the Warriors, as that will give them close to a first down here. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Stan Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
Yeah, Reed Reagan, a freshman here for Dekalb, and there's certainly been a lot of learning going on here since the JV teams have come on. One of the things, you cannot pull the quarterback down like that.
So put him back at the Dekalb 32-yard line. Not giving a first down yet, but I'm not certain if that isn't considered personal foul and automatic first down. The referees are going to sit here and talk about this here. and make sure they get this decision right. It would be about a third and about 13 here for the Warriors if they don't give that first down off the horse collar. So it's week one for the referees as well.
Yeah.
And they're going to put this now at the 23-yard line. So not a first down, but they did give a couple extra yards. And this is now going to be a 3rd and short. Zayden Palmer looking to pass across the middle. Finds his man. And making the catch is Grayson Miller. Down inside the 15, down to the 14.
Well, nice haul in there by Grayson Miller as he kind of had some contact there as he brought that one in, able to kind of lodge it up against his shoulder pad and held on for dear life to move the chains here for the Warrior JV for the first time.
And they get it down to the 13-yard line, a gain of 10 on 3rd and short. And that first down brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Keep your financial retirement moving as this one handed off to Clayton Griffin. He's going to get down, reaches for the end zone, but he's going to be just shy down at the goal line. And another Smith Prudential first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Nice run there by Griffin. He was just short of the goal line, kind of lowered his shoulder and braced himself for the contact and tried to drive his legs forward into the end zone, but just a little bit short of the goal line.
1:42 left here in the third quarter. 58-24 is the lead. Kendrick Katz to the left of his quarterback, Zayden Palmer. As this one goes through Palmer's hands, catches it, and he's going to run towards the end zone and be taken down short. Tackle made there by Cale Cassidy. Is maybe losing about a half a yard there on the play is Zayden Palmer. Going to mark it as a loss of 1. So that one kind of slipped through the hands that time of Palmer. Was a little high. He was able to get it and catch it on the run.
Yeah, the Warriors are fortunate that Palmer was able to only shorten or have that only be a loss of 1. He got a few yards back.
Dylan Anthony is the center here for the Warriors as a timeout going to be called here by Albany. It'll be a Petty John Auto Center timeout. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. We're back with more in a moment.
Brighten any day with the Briar Patch in Albany, Missouri. From fresh flower bouquets and custom arrangements to charming home decor and unique gifts, the Briar Patch is something special for every occasion. Whether it's birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, or just because, the Briar Patch's friendly team makes it easy to find the perfect way to show you care. Stop by the Briar Patch in Albany, your hometown flower and gift shop where small town charm blooms every day. East Fork Lodge in Albany, Missouri is pleased to announce the opening of its new rec center. It has 2 spacious suites, each equipped with 2 queen beds, a pull-out sofa, kitchenette, microwave fridge, and dining area. Guests have access to half-court basketball, pickleball, workout facilities, and a game room offering billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, and shuffleboard. For details on the rec center, lodging, or the Legacy Event Center wedding venue, contact bookings at eastforklodge.com.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as the 2nd and goal play. Zayden Palmer going to call his own number and again be taken down at the line of scrimmage. There in on the tackle that time was Reed Reagan.
There's a direct snap, it was a designed QB run there for Zayden Palmer and tried to get that one to the edge, just not enough room to run.
So brings up a 3rd and goal from the 2. .20 seconds left here in this third quarter, about 10 seconds difference between the game clock and the play clock. As Palmer takes the snap, hand off to Griffin. He's going to find his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. As Clayton Griffin gets into the end zone. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Warriors will get a 2-point conversion attempt. It'll be the final play here of the third quarter.
Well, it was Griffin that got the Warriors down to the goal line with his nice run, so
Only fitting he gets the touchdown.
Yep.
So Palmer in the shotgun with, looks like Kendrick Katz to his right. Palmer will follow Katz into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And the Warriors now lead 66-24. As we go to the fourth quarter, we'll be back with more in a moment here on Albany TV. Looking to grow your future close to home? At Lone Star Investments in Albany, Missouri, Tanya is there to help you build lasting financial security. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, or just getting started, Tanya offers personalized guidance every step of the way. Stop by Lone Star Investments today, where your goals are their priority. Because investing isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Lone Star Investments, Albany, Missouri. Secure your tomorrow starting today. Welcome back out again here to Albany, giving you some more scores from around 8-man football. After 3 quarters of play, North Shelby, the state runner-up from last year, leads over Bishop of Lon 34-18. Lockwood, with 9:09 left in the fourth quarter, leads over last year's state champion Archie 26-20. Up in Worth County, it's Rockport with the lead 54-20 with 5:32 left. I believe that is in the third quarter, not left in the game yet. And some other scores here from around 8-man football. Nottoway Valley leads over St. Joseph Christian 54-12. Not certain if that is a final score or not. And South Holt leads over Stanberry 40-12. Kampf, a deep kick this time. Into the end zone, touchback. And wow, we see the leg of the foreign exchange student Ricardo Kampf.
Wow, that was a kick now.
And Dekalb will start on their own 15-yard line.
So again here, the JV defense coming out for the Warriors, hoping for a little bit better of a showing than the first time out, as Dekalb kind of just drove it right down the field on them.
Again, clock again continuing to run in the running clock time as they're back above 34 points. So 7:15 left here in the fourth quarter as Dekalb will take the first snap of the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle is going to be stopped. Wachtel turned and handed that one off. Handoff went that time to Easton Matthews, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. As Dylan Anthony was on the stop that time for the Warriors. Brings up now a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, it's a good sign if you're a fan of the Warriors. Dylan Anthony gotten involved in a bunch of tackles here to this point, and a nice tackle for loss there.
Wide out to the right is going to be Caden Myers. But a penalty flag down against Dekalb. Too many men in the huddle. And remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. So this will push Dekalb back inside their own 10-yard line, down to looks like their own 8. It'll be a 2nd and 17. Wachtel rolling out, looking for somewhere to go with it. He's going to keep it himself. He has some room in front. Tripped up by Kendrick Katz at about the 25-yard line. Finally goes down at about the 26.
Well, the Warriors fortunate there because Grayson Moore, I believe it was absolutely wide open over the top on a post route. No one covering him, and it looked like Wachtel was just a little bit, as he was rolling out to his right, a little bit second-guessing himself and didn't quite want to let it fly. So he just took it himself.
He was moving away from his receiver, so that is understandable since he had a lot of room in front. As this time, handoff goes to Easton Matthews, spins out of a tackle and taken down right about the 30-yard line. There on the stop that time for the Warriors was Grayson Miller, but a Warrior down on the far side of the field. And going to have to, it was Dylan Anthony, but he looks to be okay. He's going to come out for a play as Porter Runnels will take over. As he took it down to look to be about the 31-yard line. This is going to be a pitch again out to Easton Matthews, this time to the left side. He's going to be caught and taken down inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. There on the stop is Gavin Pickering.
Well, the Tigers having a lot of success here since the JV's taken over with those outside runs. That's what they've gone to most of the time.
4:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Warriors lead 66-24. High formation yet again with Wachtel underneath center. And the fullback handoff goes to Kyle Funk, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Again, it'll be Kendrick Katz on the stop. Enough for another first down. Remember, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. First and 10 upcoming here for the Tigers. Halfway through the fourth quarter of play. Wachtel looking to pass, has some pressure from behind, gets the pass off to Nolan Huffman. And he is going to be sidestepping down the sideline just shy of the first down yard marker, short by about a yard.
Well, some nice pressure there put on by Caden Smith. Wachtel had to get rid of it pretty quickly, but able to stay cool under the pressure and deliver a nice pass to his target.
And it was Grayson Miller that was able to push Huffman finally out of bounds. 2nd and 1. Wachtel pitches out to the left side here to Matthews. And it's a race for the pylon, and Matthews gets in. Dekalb with the touchdown. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons.
Yeah, since the Warrior JV is taken completely over on defense, the DeKalb Tigers, they just have the speed advantage right now. So those outside runs have really worked nicely, gotten nice chunk plays on just about all the ones they've done.
2-point conversion attempt upcoming with Wachtel underneath center and again in the eye. Wachtel looking to pass. Caden Smith pushes him from behind, but can't get him down as Wachtel will take this one into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And it is a 66-32 lead, 3:10 left to play here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back with more when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Whether you're hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert, though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany. And welcome back out again here to Albany. With 3:10 left to play here in the fourth quarter, 66-32. Again, is the lead in favor of the Warriors. And again, kicking off here will be Nolan Huffman. Final in Rosendale. East Atchison gets the win tonight over North Andrew, 20-8. And Mound City wins over Princeton tonight in Princeton, 46-14. Head of the fourth quarter, Rockport leads Worth County 34-26. Received here by Zayden Palmer, still on his feet as he's going to be taken down at the 36-yard line. caught at about his own 20-yard line.
Well, just over 3 minutes here left in the game for the Warrior JV offense, looking to continue to build on the good things they did last drive as they were able to take advantage of a big penalty by Dekalb and get into the end zone.
Another update, South Holt leads over Stanberry 47-12. That's with 7:22 left in the fourth quarter, as it looks like the 275 winning week number 1 here over the GRC West, as one of the lone leading teams at the moment is the Warriors here over Dekalb, as the Warriors are going to have to take another Petty John Auto Center timeout to avoid the delay of game. We're going to keep it right here as we take a look at take a look at some of the other scores around 8-man football going on at the moment, as games are now starting to come to a close. 4:23 left in the fourth quarter. It's a tight one at Archie. 28-26 now. Archie leads Lockwood. Again, we said East Atchison wins over North Andrew, Mound City over Princeton. Start of the fourth quarter, Pattonsburg has a slim lead over Platte Valley, 30-24. That's another GRC West team that has a current lead. Again, as we said, Rockport leading over Worth County starting the fourth quarter, 34-26. After the third quarter, we said Bishop of Blonde led over Bishop of Blonde, 34-18. Zayden Palmer will take the snap. Looking to pass, looking deep, intended for Landon Hawkins. Makes the catch. Hawkins going to take it to the end zone for the touchdown. A 44-yard pass from freshman Zayden Palmer to the freshman Landon Hawkins.
Yeah, what a throw by Zayden Palmer, too. I mean, that was right in the breadbasket for Hawkins, and I don't think he could have placed that one any better. And a nice catch by Hawkins, too, then to shed the tackler and bring it all the way in for a touchdown.
72-32. Warriors have the lead. 2-point conversion upcoming. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your own United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons, as the clock now continues to run again. High snap. Handoff. Griffin fighting. Reaches for the end zone. Gets in. 2-point conversion is good. 74-32. Warriors lead. 2:10 left here in the fourth quarter. Clock will stop and we'll have another kickoff. Brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial when we come back in a moment.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you.
And we do have another update here from Worth County. Junior quarterback for Worth County, Hayden Sanders, left in the third quarter with an injury. Now in at quarterback is the freshman, Brock Healy, for the Tigers.
That's a big spot in a big game for a freshman quarterback, but we saw Healy last week. He looked really impressive.
Kopf again. Deep in the end zone. Another touchback.
It's like he's been unleashed or something, because the last two kicks, he's really booted it deep.
I said he had been leaving it about the 20-yard line, 15-yard line on almost all of his other kicks. His last two, it's like he saw an opening in the goal, and he just kicked it right to the left corner and just bam, with all his might.
Yeah, he's certainly got a leg, and he's showed that with those last two kicks.
.210 left here in the fourth quarter of play. I formation yet again. Handoff in the backfield, taken down in the backfield that time. It was Easton Matthews stopped that time by Dylan Anthony. And they're going to give a 2-yard loss that time to Matthews as Dylan Anthony sniffed out that play and immediately wrapped up Matthews as soon as he got the handoff. 1:38 left here in the fourth quarter. It'll be a pitch out to the right. It's Easton Matthews. That's going to be pushed out of bounds after he gets back to around the line of scrimmage. As Grayson Miller that time on the stop. They will put him back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd and 10. .108 left here in the ball game. 74-32, Warriors with the lead. They're going to move to 1-0 on the season. Wachtel keeps it himself. Jukes out a man in Hawkins, but taken down before he crosses the 30-yard line. Play made that time by Gavin Pickering.
Well, the Tigers have enough time to run at least one more play if they want. Well, they're going to have to run one more play, but probably just time for one more.
Make sure to stay tuned to the BTC Bank postgame. Find out who tonight's Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North player of the game is going to be. $15 seconds left in the ball game. Handoff. Easton Matthews again going to be wrapped up and thrown down to the backfield this time for the Warriors. It's Caden Smith on the stop. A loss of 2 yards, and that is going to do it. And the Warriors move to 1-0 here on the early season of 2025. We'll be back with your BTC Bank postgame of tonight's Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North player of the game when we come back in a moment. Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite school and earn that school extra cash with each swipe. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account, stop by your local BTC Bank branch to get your mascot debit card today. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. BTC Bank, here for good. Member FDIC.
BTC Bank.
Every achievement deserves to be celebrated, and at Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Missouri, we've got just the way to do it. From sports trophies and plaques to corporate awards and personalized gifts, we make every milestone memorable. Whether it's honoring a team, recognizing excellence, or saying thank you, Winners Circle delivers top quality awards with fast, friendly service. Celebrate success the right way. Stop by Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany.
Thank you for watching tonight's Albany TV broadcast. Don't forget to turn on your Facebook notifications to never miss out on a broadcast like this one. If you would like to be a part of our broadcast, give Jared Rolbus a call at 660-254-4800. If you have something in mind that we should broadcast or have any comments about tonight's game, you can also message us on Facebook. Thank you again for watching.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. Warriors come away with a 74-32 victory tonight here in Albany. Remember, tonight's postgame brought to you by BTC Bank. And we have a decision on our hands for our Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North player of the game. We're going to hold off on that first. We're going to go over some of the stats here for the Warriors. Elliot Mercer tonight, all in the first half, 9 carries, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, just shy of 20 yards per carry at 19.5 yards per carry. Gavin Pickering, 8 carries, 67 yards and a touchdown. Carter Danner, 5 carries for 30 yards and a fumble. Jace Palmer, 6 carries, 20 yards, 2 touchdowns. Clayton Griffin, 3 carries, 9 yards and a touchdown. Zane Palmer, 3 carries for -7 yards. All those came off of sacks. For passing tonight, for the Warriors, Jace Palmer, 3 for 4 for 37 yards and a touchdown. Zayden Palmer, 2 for 2, 54 yards and a touchdown. Receiving tonight, Will Fish, 2 catches, 29 yards and a touchdown. Landon Hawkins, 1 catch, 44 yards and a touchdown. Grayson Miller, 1 catch for 10 yards. Gavin Pickering, 1 catch for 5 yards. For Dekalb tonight, rushing, Easton Matthews, 10 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown. Blake Norton, 4 carries, 28 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Wachtel, 8 carries for 19 yards and a fumble. Nolan Huffman, 1 carry for 15 yards. Kyle Funk, 5 carries for 11 yards. Passing tonight, Cooper Wachtel, 8 for 17 through the air for 109 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Receiving tonight, Kyle Funk, 3 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown. Nolan Huffman, 2 receptions, 42 yards. Easton Matthews, 1 reception for -5 yards. Leading tackler tonight for Dekalb ended up being Cale Cassidy, with 4.5 tackles on the night. Unofficially for Albany, it was Jay Anthony who finishes with 5 tackles plus 2 interceptions. Brett, it was a game the Warriors kind of took advantage early and never really looked back. Dekalb got a couple of touchdowns in the first half, 1 off the kick return, 1 on a long pass play, and then after that it was all just kind of JV touchdowns where both teams kind of traded touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. Offensively for the Warriors, after that first fumble early in the game, it was kind of off to the races for them. They were able to have a lot of success. Largely due to Elliott Mercer, but, they had some other guys chip in as well. The backups, Carter Danner, Gavin Pickering, each had some nice carries. Clayton Griffin got in there as well at times. Defensively, again, it's some of the things that we were looking at last week, just secondary, of course, there's always room to improve, but the secondary especially, hoping to see some growth there, and of course it's a very young secondary, so that's kind of what you'd expect. Start somewhere and then keep getting better and better as the season goes along. But that front defensive line looks really dangerous this season, and a lot of those guys are also on the offensive side as well. So that looks to be a really big area of strength for the Warriors going forward. It's a good win week 1, and now they just got to carry that momentum going forward.
Yeah, they'll take on a 1-0 Nottoway Valley team. As it looked like they were up pretty big over St. Joseph Christian. Again, we weren't certain if that was a final or not, but again, had a pretty big enough lead that we'll consider that more likely that they're going to be a matchup of 1-0 teams going into week number 2 in that GRC West 275 conference matchup. And now it's time for our Winter Circle Trophies Player of the Game. Tonight's Player of the Game is sponsored by Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North. Winter Circle North in Albany has all of your trophies, awards, medals, plaques, and everything else you might need for your next event or celebration. And it's really hard not to give this to Elliott Mercer. He had a heck of a game, 9 carries, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns on limited reps. Again, Warriors trying not to throw him out too much on the offense. His numbers could have been way bigger tonight. We know, though, he's going to have more chances to win the Winter Circle Trophy and Awards North Player of the Game. He is going to be our Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North Player of the Game B. He would be our second choice based on that he's going to win multiple. So we want to give it to somebody that maybe doesn't have the chance every time to do it. And this player had a heck of a game. They had some big plays on defense. 5 tackles, 2 interceptions for 41 yards return, and just shy of a touchdown, and that's going to be Jay Anthony.
Yeah, Jay Anthony had a heck of a game early on. Had those 2 big interceptions, and it looked like that he was going to have that one be able to take it all the way back for 6, but just got run down a few yards short of the goal line. Of course, he's a starting center for the Warriors as well. Did a nice job there. He worked in and out of that position last year, so of course he's comfortable with that spot. He's done a nice job so far. But yeah, he really made a big impact on defense tonight as well. You can't forget about the 5 tackles, but of course the 2 interceptions are what really stands out to you.
Yeah. Again, taking a look, we have some more scores rolling in here. It was 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Archie is now again retaking the lead. 36-32 over Lockwood. So a really good game going on down there between those teams. It was South Holt that gets the win tonight over Stanberry, 47-18. with about 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pattonsburg leads over Platte Valley 36-30. Still with about 6:43 left in the fourth quarter. Worth County trails Rockport still 34-26. Again, those are the big ones. Again, East Atchison already able to come away with a win tonight over North Andrew. Again, those are some of the scores that we have updated now here for you. As, again, it looks to be a really tight one between Lockwood and Archie. We thought that one was going to be close. Thought the same thing with Worth County and Rockport. We do know Hayden Sanders left in the third quarter due to injury. The freshman Brock Healy taking the reins at quarterback in a really tough week one game as a freshman for the Tigers. Again, for myself, Jared Rolvis, color analyst, and cameraman Brett Williams, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors, BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, Bethany in Albany, Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Albany Hy-Vee, Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany, Shelter Insurance Agent Sam Phillips in Albany, Johnson Controls in Albany, Briar Patch and Sublime Formal Wear, on the west side of the square in Albany. Remember, Sublime Formal Wear will have their open house tomorrow on the west side of the square. Go check that out. Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany, East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center in Albany, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany, Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope LLC, Lone Star Investments on the Square in Albany, Shadowfax at 136 in Albany, Brown Plumbing in Albany, Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, the City of Albany, Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, Albany and Buchanan County School Districts, and the Printery and New Shopper located in Albany. Again, so long and good night tonight from Albany as the Warriors move to 1-0 on the season.